Okay, I'm coming back from an event, and there was a situation that triggered me big time, to the point where I found myself coughing a lot. There were words that I wanted to say. They were not appropriate to say at this time because, again, I was not about to make this whole event about me. But, you know, there's just something about hearing a story of how a husband completely invalidates and rocks all over supposedly his beloved partner's hard work, intuition, dedication towards helping a child. Granted, everything ended up working out, well, but that drives me bonkers. So I'm going to use my clearing technique because the last thing I need to do is go in and dump all this on my poor sweet husband because he was not the one responsible for this. So again, taking that hairbrush, this bristles on the inside, I'm combing through. Working on, there's some serious knots. And not only are these knots right here at the front of my throat, they're here at the back of my neck too, kind of even at the base of the skull. So when this shows up, when I'm doing this technique, that tells me that it's not just something that I've experienced in this particular incarnation, but it's likely anger and frustration that I have inherited. That is, again, not a surprise because for so many centuries, women's voices have been silenced. Even today, I was reading an article about how women are no longer even allowed to sing in Afghanistan out in public. Such nonsense. Okay, the burping is happening because that's how I clear energy, one of the ways. So that's a good thing. So as this hairbrush is coming through and it is brushing through and disengaging and detangling, all of those hairs, pulling it through my body, going all the way through my energy field, going down below my feet. I'm going to do this another couple of times because I can still feel a little kind of like that not itchy, I guess tickly, just reactivity. Okay, there we go. Okay, got another little teeny tiny, like almost burp out. All right, very good. So now I'm starting to feel a lot calmer. And when I think back to what I witnessed earlier this evening to that particular situation, I don't have that same desire to throat punch anybody. That's a very important thing to avoid. Obviously, sometimes if you're under attack, you do need to take defensive measures, but this is not that time. I know I was hearing only a very truncated version of that particular story. I no longer have that irritation when I think about my own voice being silenced. And I no longer feel that it's necessary for me to say anything, at least certainly not in that same moment. But also, that was then, this is now. My throat is now feeling a lot more open. I had a horrible headache yesterday, and I was beginning to feel that coming back. That has now relaxed some more too. I can also tell I'm going to need extra water to continue to support my body as it is processing this. A lot of times when I have this kind of intense reaction, it means also that my electrolytes may be a little bit off, that the physical body is not as supported as it needs to be. And so I will continue to do what I can to take all those necessary steps. All right. If you're finding that your voice is not coming out the way you want to, try to go through that same steps and visualize that hairbrush. And if that doesn't work, you can also send me a message and we'll see how I can help you. But this is my energy hygiene. This is how I take responsibility for my reactivity and leave it in the garage before I go in and see my sweetie. All right, have a good evening.